It's no secret that governments around the world are not big fans of Bitcoin. In fact, they're downright afraid of it. But why is that? What is it about this mysterious digital currency that has the powers that be shaking in their boots? Well, for starters, Bitcoin operates outside of traditional financial systems, making it difficult for governments to regulate or control. And we all know how much governments love to regulate and control things. But it's not just that. Bitcoin is also decentralized, meaning it's not controlled by any one person or organization. And when you're a government used to having your fingers in every pie, that kind of autonomy is just plain scary. And let's not forget about the anonymity factor. Bitcoin transactions are recorded on a public ledger, but the identity of the person making the transaction is not. This makes it the perfect tool for money laundering, tax evasion, and other unsavory activities that governments just can't stand. But despite all these reasons to fear Bitcoin, some governments have tried to embrace it. Take El Salvador, for example. In 2021, the country became the first in the world to adopt Bitcoin as legal tender. But not everyone is on board with this move, with critics warning of the potential for financial instability and the exploitation of vulnerable communities. So, what's a government to do? Well, some have taken the route of outright banning Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. China, for instance, has cracked down hard on crypto, banning all crypto-related activities and even going so far as to shut down Bitcoin mining operations. But is banning Bitcoin really the answer? After all, it's not going anywhere. In fact, its value has skyrocketed in recent years, and more businesses are accepting it as payment. Perhaps governments should focus on finding ways to regulate and work with Bitcoin, rather than trying to squash it altogether. At the end of the day, governments may be afraid of Bitcoin, but they can't ignore it. The world is changing, and digital currencies like Bitcoin are here to stay. It's up to governments to decide whether they want to be part of that change or get left behind. Well, it seems like Bitcoin is the rebel of the financial world. You know, the one who shows up to the party uninvited and starts shaking things up. And boy, do governments hate that. I mean, governments love nothing more than to regulate and control every aspect of our lives. But Bitcoin, it operates outside of traditional financial systems, giving governments a real headache. They just can't seem to get a handle on it, and it's driving them crazy. It's like trying to herd cats or teach a dog to do calculus. It's just not happening. And you know what? I'm kind of loving it. It's about time someone gave the bigwigs a run for their money, no pun intended. But in all seriousness, this is why governments are afraid of Bitcoin. They can't regulate or control it like they do with traditional currency. And that's just not something they're used to dealing with. It's like trying to fit a square peg into a round hole. It's just not going to work. So, let's all sit back and enjoy the show as governments try to come to terms with this new and disruptive force in the financial world. Who knows what the future holds? Maybe Bitcoin will finally be the one to topple the almighty government's iron grip on our finances. Or maybe not. But one thing's for sure, it's going to be one hell of a ride. So, there you have it. Bitcoin is like the unruly teenager of the financial world. It's unregulated, decentralized, and anonymous. It's like trying to put a leash on a tornado. Governments just can't deal with it. But what do you think? Should governments try to regulate Bitcoin or let it run wild? Let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more videos like this one. Until next time, keep on Bitcoining.